How do you know these memories are not just disturbing hallucinations?
Because they feel real and I'm fully awake.
Yes, but you can't be sure it's not your mind just playing tricks on you.
That's not what my gut tells me, okay? All these aren't like the nightmares. I had the palette knife in my hand. I had blood all over them.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you harmed her. Now, Ned, the woman viciously attacked you. She left you with post-traumatic stress, and now she's back. Of course your mind is going to be running in overdrive.
Whatever you were just talking about, you know you can trust me. Your family. I'm always going to be on your side, no matter what. So if you need anything, just ask. I don't judge, I don't blab.
Yeah, right. Thanks, Rox. I'm gonna go for a walk.
Did I say something?
Ah, it's all right. He's got a lot on his mind.
I don't judge, and I don't blab.
You basically said you think Ned's guilty.
And you wonder why he reacted so badly.
Are you okay? You seem very tense.
I am tense. I am. And I won't be able to relax until Ned's in the clear. Detective Graves.
Terese Willis, long time no see.
What brings you back to Erinsborough?
Work, and more work, you know how it is.
Yes, of course.
Well, good to see you again.
You too. That's Bill Graves. He's a homicide detective.
Friend of yours?
No, I wouldn't exactly say that. But I have a feeling he's here for Ned's case.
Well, so now you think he's innocent?
Yeah, I do.
Is that because you want him to be?
I would say the same thing if it was anyone else.
Despite all the evidence?
No, because of the evidence. It's way too convenient. The way the palette knife and the coat just showed up so easily.
You think they were planted?
Yeah, to make it look like a murder. Even though there's no body.
I have to admit, I've thought about it as well. Because bodies are way more buoyant than clothes.
Right. So how come the coat just washed up and nothing else? We have to look at more scenarios.
Like Scarlett being alive.
Yeah, hiding somewhere. We should interview her fiancé again. If anyone knows where she is, Basil does.
Look, I'm not saying you're wrong. It won't be our call once it gets handed over to the homicide squad. Detective Graves.
Bill. Constable.
Levi Canning.
Constable Rebekchi, hi.
I take it you're the pair tracking the Brady case?
Yes, we're just discussing it.
Now, talk me through it. Assume I know nothing.
That was Yashvi. You were right. Bill Graves is here for Scarlett's case.
Oh, I'll give Juliana a heads up then.
How worried should I be?
Look, you could do worse. Bill Graves is a very reasonable man, and I'm sure he will have an open mind.
He put Tyler away for murder.
Yes, he did.
And Tyler was innocent.
Yeah. Look, Bill conducted a very thorough investigation. Unfortunately, just all the evidence was stacked up against Tyler.
Well, how is that any different to my case?
It's different. Your case is circumstantial, and there's no body or proof that a crime has actually been committed, eh? I'm sure it will crumble as soon as they start digging into the investigation. Anyway, I've got a proposition for you.
Go on.
Well, now that homicide is involved, I think it's more important than ever that we have all the facts. So, I think I know somebody who could help you.
Who's that?
Beverly Robinson. Well, she's a memory specialist, and I think a session with her just, might help you recover those lost hours.
Well, it could be worth a try.
Yeah, as long as you understand that there's no guarantee you'll like what she uncovers.
I'll take that chance. Not knowing's worse.
Okay, I'll make the call.
What's your take on Ned Willis?
He was the last known person to see Scarlett, and he was pretty riled up at the exhibition. But the evidence isn't conclusive.
There's a lot of inconsistencies, though.
Such as?
Well, when Ned turned up back here, he had a nasty knock at the back of his head.
Could be why he claims not to remember the hours in question.
But he doesn't even know how it happened.
Right. What else?
Scarlett's coat washed up with a slash at the front. Usually when someone's attacked from the front, they put their arms up in defence, causing injury to the arms.
Right.
There's no damage on the sleeves of the coat.
Fair observation.
And Ned and Scarlett are roughly the same height, which means that the typical location of wounds is in the upper chest directed downwards, but these cuts on the coat are horizontal and low, which means that we have two possible scenarios. One, Scarlett could have been harmed potentially by someone else, or she could have coordinated her own disappearance.
Pretty Elaborate hoax.
Elaborate is Scarlett's MO. Plus, she could have had help from someone else.
From?
While reading her case notes, there are a couple people we could interview.
All right, then. Get him in.
On it.
Oh, Beverly, thanks for seeing us at such short notice.
You're lucky I had a cancellation. You must be Ned. Paul tells me that you've been going through quite an ordeal recently.
Yeah, and there's a lot I don't remember.
I can certainly try and help with that.
You're in good hands here, mate.
But I must warn you, if your memories imply that you've committed a serious crime, I'm obliged to report it.
Well, what about doctor-patient confidentiality?
Yeah, anything a therapist learns in treatment is inadmissible in court, so not really any need to report it, is there?
I think you'll find there is, because it's the law.
Listen, maybe we should reconsider just to be on the safe side, eh?
No, I need to know the truth.
All right, in that case, I'm going to sit in.
It's not a spectator sport, Paul.
No, I want him there.
All right, as long as you keep quiet and respect my professional duty.
Yes.
Awesome, thanks for getting onto that so quickly. Bye. The full files from Scarlett's previous case have arrived.
Great, thanks.
Hey, Bill, are you free for an interview this Arvo?
Free as a bird.
Yeah, that'll be fine. Just ask for Constable Canning when you get in. Yeah, thank you.
Bagged one?
Yes, Mariana Brooks.
Well, how does she fit in?
Scarlett paid her to pose as her stalker, and I have some questions for her.
I'm sorry, Constable, you won't be at the interview.
Why?
You have a vested interest in the case.
Has it affected my work?
Well, not as far as I can tell. I've been impressed with your performance.
I've been totally impartial.
And I don't doubt you'll keep that up, but the fact is, you're too close. It's not a judgment call. It's just protocol. We can't afford to compromise the case. Or your career. Report to your sergeant to be reassigned. And thank you, Constable Rebekah. We should talk strategy.
No hurry. Take your time. Okay, Ned. Let's go back to after the exhibition opening. You remember chasing Scarlett in your car?
Yes.
Tell me about arriving at the maze. What do you see?
Just the hedges. And a white dress. It's her. She's disappearing around a corner.
Can you follow her?
I'm trying, but I don't know where she went. She's disappeared. I smell perfume.
Scarletts?
Yes.
Go on.
I'm yelling out for her, but I can't see.
Ned, what's happened?
Someone hit me.
Can you see who?
It's going dark.
You're perfectly safe. You can come back to the present anytime you want.
What's happening? Ask him what it is.
Ned, can you tell me what you see?
Oh, it's itching like crazy. Oh, right in the middle. It's driving me nuts.
Maybe I should tell the police I was with him that night.
And get done for making a false statement.
The beach where they found the coat. Maybe there's more clues. We should go on a road trip.
No, Roxy.
Okay. Maybe we should talk to Basil. I'm sure he hasn't told us everything.
Don't you think you've gotten yourself in enough strife over Ned lately?
Well, if it was you in trouble, I'd cut my arm off.
Thanks, but I don't see a situation where that would ever be helpful. Just let the cops do their job.
Hey, V. Are you okay?
No.
What's wrong? Has something happened with the investigation?
I wouldn't know. I've been kicked off the case.
What? No way.
Even though they're going with my idea that Scarlett's had help to set this whole thing up.
Sorry, V. That sucks.
More for Ned. No one's there pushing things and throwing out ideas.
Will Levi be there to do that?
Not the way I would.
Last time you were here, you told us you had helped Miss Brady with a few jobs.
Correct.
You haven't seen her since? Been in contact? No word on the street?
Look, I don't work in those circles anymore. I mean, last time I nearly got arrested and got thrown in jail because of Scarlett.
I can see why you'd be dirty on her.
Going back to the night Scarlett disappeared, do you recall where you were?
My sister's birthday dinner.
How long were you there for?
2 last drinks. You guys can check my socials.
Okay, thanks.
We'll be in touch if we need anything further.
And when you're ready, open your eyes. How are you feeling?
Clearer.
You seemed to be distressed at one point. Do you recall anything about that?
I was running through the maze looking for Scarlett.
You said someone hit you in the head.
Yes, Paul took me to the hospital. They said I had a bad concussion.
Oh, that could well explain the gaps in your memory.
I think that's what happened. I think I was knocked out and then I went back to my car while I was still woozy.
But what about these hallucinations you've been having during the day, though?
Just my imagination running wild, I guess. They don't seem so real now.
Well, I'm glad we could clarify that.
Me too. Thank you for this. Feels like a huge weight has been lifted.
Now, I know you were away at the time, but do you know anything about your fiancée's plan to swap a painting from Ned Willis's exhibition with her own portrait? And Mr. Willis tells us that Scarlett commissioned the portrait as a wedding gift to you.
I don't know anything about that painting. Scarlett said that he dumped it on our doorstep, slashed and defiled, although I'm not certain anymore. That may have been a lie.
What makes you think that?
It would appear that there was more to Scarlett than I knew. I can't deny that anymore.
Why do you think Miss Brady lied to you about the portrait?
Well, I suppose she wanted me to believe that Ned Willis was harassing her.
And now you don't think that's true?
I'm honestly not sure what to believe anymore. There were things about Scarlett that didn't add up from the start, but I pushed those doubts aside. I loved her so much.
Where do you think Scarlett is now?
Dead. Or at least harmed by Ned Willis.
Talk me through what you're thinking.
She got this hot-headed thug so riled up, he exploded. That's the only scenario that makes sense. But whatever Scarlett did, she didn't deserve what he's done to her. She should be here. She's not.
One of the only things I enjoy about travelling for work is being able to eat what I want, when I want.
You don't get that luxury at home?
Ah, blood pressure's a little high. No salt, no fat, no fun. Doctor's recommendation, wife's orders. And I remember this place does the Rolls Royce of burgers. That chat with the fiancée was interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah, he certainly changed his tune.
Yeah. You called his head office?
Alibi solid. Basil was in meetings that night, went home the next morning. I even checked his finances too.
Anything interesting?
Aside from a talent of making money, no unusual activities.
Him taking off the rose-coloured glasses. You think it was genuine?
Seemed that way, but he could be trying to put us off the scent.
So, what's more likely? A disappearance staged with the help of a besotted fiancé? Or foul play by a ticked-off ex with priors and motive? Oh, it's the wife. How's that timing? Take it outside. I wouldn't want her to hear the chips flying.
You're keeping an open mind about this investigation, aren't you?
Good afternoon to you too. I'm Good, thanks for asking. Of course I'm keeping an open mind, B.
Good. Because Ned is innocent.
So you keep telling me.
And now that V is benched, you need to step up and make sure he gets a fair go.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like you implying that I'm not doing that already.
You told me you think he looks guilty. And I know how badly you want to impress your bosses.
Impressing means getting justice. If Ned's innocent, I'll celebrate clearing his name. If he's guilty, I'll celebrate handing him to the courts.
Please just promise me you won't take the easy way out just to get a win in front of your new mate.
I don't need to promise you anything, B. What I need you to do is back off and let me do my job.
Ned. Sorry, didn't you hear me come in?
I just wasn't expecting to see you.
Well, I just came by because I wanted to tell you that Levi and Graves are looking into the possibility that Scarlett's disappearance could be a setup.
So you fought for me, even after everything I've done?
I just pointed out the holes in the evidence.
You shouldn't stick your neck out for me.
I'm doing what I think is right. But it's going to be a bit harder from now on. I've been kicked off the case.
Because of us?
It's just standard procedure. I'm not taking it personally. But I'm going to keep pushing. No way am I giving up. I'll see you later.
How you going? You winning?
I can't shake the feeling that if I win, Ned would be okay.
I think I'd rather pin my hopes on the justice system than some game of solitaire.
Mm. Yeah, well, unfortunately, I don't have much faith in that particular institution. You know, what if Ned's right? If Tyler can be wrongly accused, convicted, then who's to say that it won't happen again?
Come on, you can't go talking like that, Terese.
Well, give me a reason why.
Well, for a start, Rebecchi's not involved this time. No, seriously, Ned has got the best legal help that money can buy. And anyway, look at his alleged victim. Her history speaks volumes, doesn't it?
Prosecution will point to that as a motive.
Do you believe he's innocent?
Yeah, of course I do. Don't you?
Yeah, I certainly believe he's got a lot stacked in his favour.
But?
I think we need to prepare ourselves for all possible outcomes.
What are you saying, Paul?
I'm not entirely sure. But my gut, it's telling me that there's something wrong.
Every bit as good as I remember.
Not that I'm keeping count, but isn't that your second Harold's Burger today?
Well, I'm thinking of posting a review. Anonymous. This is research.
I'm just dropping by to see how it's all going. How'd your interview with Basil go?
Well, not a lot to report, I'm afraid. We've been exploring different avenues, like you suggested. Ned's still our prime suspect.
How can you say that after one day? The evidence looks stodgy, and the victim is a complete head case.
V?
There are 0 witnesses and no body.
We don't need either to file a charge.
Well, that's crazy. How can you say that Ned's guilty of a crime you don't even know was committed?
V, calm down.
Everything you've got on him is circumstantial. Laying a charge on him with no concrete evidence or even a confession is just plain wrong.
I just saw V. She's still determined to prove I'm innocent.
Oh, of course she is. We all are.
At the session today, you saw something troubling, didn't you?
You're right, I did.
Well, whatever it is, you don't have to keep it to yourself, okay? Terese and I are both here for you.
Of course we are. You can trust us, Ned, with anything.
I spent the whole day trying to get my head around these things that I'm seeing that don't make any sense.
But darling, there are holes in your memories. It's no wonder you're confused.
Anyway, we're here. We'll help you work through it.
No, I've decided. I'm going back to the police station.
What? Now?
Yeah, before Yashvi digs herself a deeper hole trying to vouch for me.
Whoa. Let's not go making any rash decisions, all right?
I have to tell the police. I killed Scarlett.